Hi, my name is Laura Chu, and my project that I've been working on for the past 2 years strives to use natural chemicals to enhance lenalidomide's effect in relation to colon cancer. I would like to acknowledge my research mentor, Dr. Wei Zhu, and my research advisor, Dr. Allison Wesley. Approximately 39.5% of men and women will be diagnosed with cancer sometime in their lifetime. Individuals who have cancer normally experience extreme side effects from chemotherapy. Many chemotherapy drugs are used to be able to fight cancer effectively, but usually decreases patients' immune system, which causes them to get sick very easily. Past research has shown that resveratrol, curcumin, and luteolin would be good flavonoids due to their antioxidant, anti-inflammatory, and anti-cancer properties. Last year, my research tested these natural chemicals independently and in combinations on cell survival rate and migration. Curcumin was the most effective when tested on cell survival rate, and luteolin was the most effective when tested on migration. None of the combinations stood out, but all data collected was statistically significant. This year's research, I tested the combinations of natural chemicals with lenalidomide in order to see if these combinations improve the efficacy of lenalidomide. Since these chemicals come from natural fruits and vegetables, there will be minimal side effects. Therefore, I hypothesized that in combination with lenalidomide, the use of resveratrol, curcumin, and luteolin will lower the colon cancer cell survival rate, decrease the migration of colon cancer cells, increase the expression of p53 and caspase, and also decrease the expression of MMP9. The experiment started with the dilutions of the chemicals in ethanol. The chemicals had a one-time dilution, and each test was ran over a 24-hour period before the results were gathered and analyzed. MTT assay is used to find cell survival rate of the treated cancer cells. The lower cell survival rate means that more apoptosis occurred. The cell survival rate of the two outlined bars is lower than lenalidomide independently, showing that the combination improved lenalidomide's effect. Also, the asterisks show that each condition's statistical significance in relation to the control, while the pound sign shows statistical significance in relation to lenalidomide independently. LDH assay is used to find chemical cytotoxicity. The greater the cytotoxicity percentage, the more toxic the chemicals are to the cancer cells, which means more apoptosis occurred. Cytotoxicity of lenalidomide, resveratrol, and curcumin combined is higher than lenalidomide by 45%, showing an increased efficacy. Caspase is a protein that is released from cells after they have gone through apoptosis. The higher the caspase activity, the more intrinsic apoptosis occurred. The caspase activity of lenalidomide combined with resveratrol and luteolin increased to 430%, which is greater than lenalidomide independently and shows that these combinations have an increased efficacy of lenalidomide. The combination is consistent with the results from the MTT assay showing that this combination acts on apoptosis through the caspase protein. p53 is a cytokine that correlates with apoptosis. An increased p53 expression means more apoptosis occurred because there were more p53 being released. The combination of lenalidomide, resveratrol, and luteolin also improved efficacy of the chemotherapy drug because the p53 expression activity increased to 286%. This combination caused apoptosis through p53, but also caspase 3, 7, and 10, which we found in the previous test. In the test, the gap, the greater the percent increase, means that the cells between the band grew back less. Lenalidomide, when combined with resveratrol and luteolin, increased bandwidth to 87%, which is greater than lenalidomide, showing increased efficacy. MMP9 is a cytokine that correlates with migration. A decrease in MMP9's expression equates to an inhibition of migration. Lenalidomide, when combined with resveratrol and luteolin, decreased MMP9 to 78.6%, which shows that it improves lenalidomide's effect. This combination inhibits migration through the MMP9 protein, which is consistent with the results gathered from the migration assay. After running all of these tests and analyzing the results, I have concluded that all combinations increase lenalidomide's efficacy through all tests. The combination of lenalidomide, resveratrol, and luteolin is the most beneficial towards killing and preventing the regrowth of cancer cells. These conclusions show that this combination have the ability to enhance lenalidomide's effectiveness, which correlates to decreasing side effects for patients. Limitation of the study is that only one cell line was studied, and given that the chemicals were diluted in ethanol, levels of apoptosis might have been due to the toxic properties of ethanol. In addition, these chemicals should be tested in other solvents, and this group of chemicals should be tested on more cell lines. In addition, this study should be expanded into in vivo testing. Thank you for listening to my presentation, and here are my references.